Hey up. Is this like an absurd amount of the screen to be taking up? I don't know how to do recording good yet, still. You'd think I'd learn by maybe 4 or 5 videos in. But no, every video I'm gonna change where the webcam is and how big it is on the screen. Deal with that. So a friend of mine, a friend of the show, suggested I keep trying to take games that I like and force them into The Sims. Which I'm down for that. And they suggested I do a Dwarf Fortress video. Dwarf Fortress, if you don't know, it's one of my favorite games of all time. It has never left my top 5 games since I became aware of it. And the reason I'm not playing Dwarf Fortress for you on YouTube right now is it looks like absolute ass to look at. It's got ASCII ASCII graphics, so it's all just letters and symbols on a black screen. There's no good place in The Sims to put me. There's nowhere for me to live. So yeah, Dwarf Fortress, it's a super fun game. Great to hear stories about. It's very fun to play once you get into it, but it's real complicated, it's not user-friendly, and it's not visually appealing whatsoever. So I thought I would try and recreate the experience of playing Dwarf Fortress in the much more accessible Sims 4. Didn't bother getting a height mod, because being short is not what being a dwarf is about. Being a dwarf is about going into fits of manic creativity and driving everyone around you insane in a spiral. And then the fortress dies. See, in Dwarf Fortress, among the community, there is an adage that goes that losing is fun, because there's no win condition in Dwarf Fortress. But there's no goal. In The Sims, you have aspirations and you can succeed at your career and shit. In Dwarf Fortress, it's a matter of time until everyone is dead. And you might succeed and have a cool fortress and a community of dwarves thriving before everyone is dead, but make no mistake, if you keep playing, there's only one way it's going to go in the end. You will dig too deep. I like that. I think that's good. So I'm going to try and just completely fuck everybody up today. I super don't know what aspiration to pick. I'm sorry that there's not been gameplay happening while I talk about Dwarf Fortress. So here's the thing, I'm giving them all the creative and perfectionist traits, because in Dwarf Fortress, any dwarf that has any skill, I think it might just be any dwarf, I don't know if they need skill in any kind of crafting first, they can be taken by a strange mood, which means they will lock themselves up in a workshop of some kind, will request weird materials, and they'll get upset if they don't have access to them. And they will, once they've got the materials they want, they will craft until they've made a masterwork item of some kind. It's usually dog shit. Like, it ends up happening that you'll get like a drum made out of basalt and cowhide, and it'll be decorated with bits of fucking monkey bone or whatever. And like, I didn't ask you to make this. I asked you to make beds. And I can't really replicate that level of insanity in The Sims, but I will give everyone creative and perfectionist, because I feel like that's going to make them want to get into the workshops, so to speak. Also, I don't think I'm going to be able to replicate the sort of forged life of dwarfs. Look, I'm doing my best over here, and I'm going to be explaining my reasoning. So we're going to have 7 dwarves. 7 is the number of dwarves you start with in Dwarf Fortress. You get it. And I'll give them all a different third trait to be fun. Let's have them be full-on adults. I don't know. It feels weird making a young adult dwarf. Oh fuck, the man's moved slightly and now I'm no longer in the funny position. This is pathetic. This right here? That's not a beard. He just forgot to shave for a day or two. So we're going to have to sate ourselves with some pretty undwarfy Sims, and I guess I'm going to have to live with that, because I'm not buying expansion packs for a video. I'm not going to do it. Maybe there's better beards out there. I'm not going to buy extra content to make for my YouTube channel with like 4 followers. I'm not what we call a game changer in this business. I am a game samer. The game stays the same when I play it, because I haven't bought any packs. We all keep off. I don't know what a dwarf dress is like in The Sims. I'll be upfront about that with you. It's just pretty dwarfy. I'm not going to say a dwarf wouldn't wear this. I don't know what I'm doing. I hope that's clear. A traditional dwarven name. Well, this guy's fabulous. Just gotta beef up that beard a little bit. Yeah, okay. You always have, in at least when I launch my dwarf caravan out into the world, I always bring at least one weirdo tree person who can go out and cut trees for us. Because we need wood, but we don't want to fucking look at the outside, do we? So we need someone to do it for us. This can be our weird nature-loving dwarf. Loves the outdoors. Fucked up. So I'm going sort of Power Rangers with it, and the game has kind of just sort of given me all the right defaults on this guy. In Dwarf Fortress, again, another great set of words for me to have to say constantly. What your dwarf is good at determines what colour their little smiley face sprite on the screen will be. And I only kind of vaguely remember what the colours are. I forgot to give this guy a name. But you know, we can just have different coloured dwarfs, and that'll make it easier for me. I can just call them by their colour. Because spoilers, I mean, I'm naming them all Eurist. It's a Dwarf Fortress joke. You know, I'm getting big likes gold vibes from this lady immediately. So, The Sims 4 won't let me give beards to women, which is a sign of Will Wright's cowardice. Fight me? Thicker eyebrows. That's as close as I can get to a beard, I'm afraid. Without mods, which again, didn't feel like doing. For a second I was like, should I go onto the Dwarf Fortress wiki and like look up and remind myself what all the different colours mean for different skills? But then I was like, nah, this bitch yellow. Close enough. She's not going to need her cold weather gear. It'll be fine. Let's decide on the third trait for this sim before we do anything with him. Hot-headed. We gotta have a grumpy, you know? Gotta have a loner in the mix just to be annoyed that there are 6 other people around, huh? What colours haven't I used? A charming red. Don't ask me about any of these fashion decisions, by the way. This is... You make 7 fucking Sims and see how good they look. Got a whole rest of the video to get to. I'm not fucking taking any criticism about my goddamn Sim design. This isn't even the main bit. This is mostly for me. You're not gonna see half these outfits. Fuck off. This one is kind of fire though. This guy gives me real douchebag vibes. I'm gonna let him keep that douchebag beard. He's a meanie. This is an outfit that it gave me on its own. I'm not sure this guy's a dwarf. I think he's just here. The vibes this guy has randomed into are powerful. And I dare to challenge them. This is Kevin. Sorry if your name's Kevin, but it's not. 3 people watch these videos and I know all their names. Cool, so let's, I guess, go down our Dwarf Fortress real quick. Heuristic Mind Power. He's got the genius trait. There's not much to this. Heuristic Tree Hugger, he wants to go outside. Heuristic Guild Lily, she's a materialist. Heuristic Off the Handle, I gave him the hothead trait. Heuristic Funaunt, she's erratic. Heuristic Poindexter, Lona, wants to be a nerd. And Kevin. Alright, let's fucking... Oh, I can't not give Kevin a last name? We're not gonna need a huge space, really. This comfy cubby will probably do us. Top left again. Never try and guess where I'm gonna be. Oh, this is really a very small lot. But that's fine. Because back when I used to play Dwarf Fortress on the reg, my laptop was really bad, and Dwarf Fortress, despite looking like absolute ass, is pretty CPU intensive. So if I tried to build, have like a big space to work in, to play in, the game would run not at all. So this is just simulating that. This is my experience of Dwarf Fortress. And I'm just going to try and build the way that I remember building when I used to play Dwarf Fortress on the reg. So every dwarf needs their own bedroom, that's for certain, otherwise they'll get angry. So let's mine out some extra space. Actually no, if I'm being really Dwarf Fortress about this, it shouldn't look like this. For a wall to be a wall, it has to be a whole tile thick, otherwise there's nothing there, baby. That's empty space. Who would play like this? Why am I doing it? Why would I restrict myself in this way? Pointless. Not even a joke, really. Oh, you can't build right up to the edge, huh? That'll be fine. Just gonna move that up to one side a little bit. Let's put... Oh, fuck. This might be a problem, you know? This might be difficult. This might prove to be, believe it or not, some kind of challenge to my building expertise. So yeah, dwarves, they don't need nothing special. Just these little 3x3 rooms will probably do them. That's more than enough space for a bed, and I think I usually gave them a chest to make them feel like they had some control over their lives. Like they had personal property and shit. This is going to require some thought. Why'd I move it in the smallest lot? It's fine. Don't worry about it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe the freak can just have a bed on the surface level. He'll like that. Any of these doors made of a good sturdy stone? No? These are dwarfsome. Oh, but they will not fit. The regular 4-panel kind of reminds me of what doors look like. In Dwarf Fortress, I meant, not just doors. That's an insane thing to think and say. I made the walls medium height to make the stairs look better and more like the way I always think of them looking in Dwarf Fortress. But this is an insane height for dwarves to build their mines in, so I'm gonna leave it and not worry about it. Oh boyski, I've been recording for 40 minutes already. Maybe playing this save is gonna be a whole other video. I don't know about this one. This is hilarious, by the way that this it's a 1 pixel wide ceiling of grass texture, just grass texture. That's what our roof is. Let's build a little fucking shack for tree hugger over there. I mean, we just mined out all those bedrooms. We'd have excess stone laying around. I'm not gonna. Any Dwarf Fortress purists out there watching, I'm not gonna do the Dwarf Fortress thing and like have whole rooms for storage because The Sims doesn't have items you can store. It would just be an empty room. That's not a fun aspect of the challenge, really. Roof's also not really a thing in DF, but we can put a little roof on this. We'd imagine that dwarves maybe put a roof on their dudes. Which of these beds is the most dwarfy? Maybe I'll go with the metal frame for the underground beds, but I think this double mission single... Oh fuck. We're fine. Yeah, for our above ground boy, that wooden frame is going to be just right. Storage, I guess? None of these are chests. I just want a good, honest chest. Is that so wrong? If I search for chest. You're killing me, The Sims 4. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, that's a goodly size, huh? Beautiful. A little shack for our above-ground dwarf to do his dirty, sinful business from. That's a good start. And we should probably also have some kind of edifice for this this staircase. What if I just... What if the terrain tool is what I'm gonna do? Now watch this fuck up my whole shop. Well, you know, this could have been planned better. I could have made it so the stairs face like the front of the lot. And then that would look halfway decent, I think. But as it stands, this is fine. Not much of a mountain, really, sort of just a hill. But I would do this all the time. I would dig right into like a small hill and be like, this is where my mountain home is. Because I'm not great at being a dwarf. I'll admit that to you now. Yeah, that's fine. Welcome to the dwarf house. Let's get some beds in here. First order of business. Actually, no, wait, no. I'm being dumb. I should go with the wooden beds for everyone, because in Dwarf Fortress you can't make metal beds, I'm pretty sure. I think it's all... Beds are one of the things that wood is necessary for. That's why we have to allow our fucking above ground nature freaks to live, because we need them to make beds for us. But we'll have it in a sensible color, thank you. This chest looks less woody though. It looks like maybe it could be made of a nice stone, so we'll trust it. Kind of fucked up in a way that I can apparently, you know, apply texture to the exterior wall of this basement. How the fuck would... Why would you? Who's gonna see it? The fucking mole men? I guess the answer is the people that will see it is me and my viewers, so maybe I should make the outside look nice, but that's gonna be a lot of alt-clicking, gang, and I don't think I'm gonna do it. Look at all these fucking vertices. We're getting there. Oh fuck, there's so many walls. See, the thing is, when you dig into the ground, there just should already be rocks there. You shouldn't have to put the rocks up yourself. You know what I mean? A cool thing in Dwarf Fortress that would be truly insane to try and replicate in a game with graphics like The Sims is that you can have your dwarves get to work polishing and engraving every single tile of wall and floor. And each tile, if you investigate it, will have a description of a unique engraving that's on that tile. And that's sick as fuck. Couldn't do it in a game where you can actually look at stuff. Oh man, these doors looking hella incongruous now. Are Sims bothered if there's no light? Because I know dwarves aren't. I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't even know why I'm putting up wallpaper and shit when I know fucking full well this is not the finished product. There is something very satisfying to me about this like bit of space in between the rooms rather than just having a single thin wall. Oh, that looks bad. That doesn't look good in this. Alright, that's better. Then I need a room that has at least one, I believe, table in it, so that can be designated as like the meeting hall, I think is the term. So let's get some motherfucking tables. Surfaces. All tables are of course one tile big, so this formal mission dining table will work. I'd really prefer a table made of stone, because that's a much more plentiful resource. No, nothing here is going to pass off as stone. So I'll have to use this gross, yucky wood. I usually drop down 4 tables, because of course you start with 7 dwarves. In each table I put 2 seats at, and that makes sense to me. I mean, yeah, that's basically fine, right? The extent to which natural light is filtering down through these staircases is extremely impressive. Like, you put a door and it's fucking pitch black, but if you just knock down some walls, the sun's getting in, baby. Okay, we're gonna need something approximating a kitchen. Oh, out of money, better cheat. You only really need doors in Dwarf Fortress for privacy and to make sure the room knows that it's a room, you know? And that's not necessary here, so we're not gonna bother. Kitchen time. Oh, this is a fucking dwarfy looking oven. Let's have 2. Why not? There's fucking 7 people living here. I guess I gotta give them a fridge, right? Because that's how The Sims works. Normally you'd have to, you know, hunt and forage and shit and trade for food. But I guess I can just give them a fridge if we're gonna be pussies about it. Feels pretty dwarfy. Does it? can just say shit and no one can stop you. Sink's also not really a thing in Dwarf Fortress, but I guess I'll throw one in there for completeness' sake. I'm wicked confused. What's up? What's up with The Sims? Why is it doing this? I think this is just gonna be one of those times where I say fuck it and let this be how it is. Now here's going to be the real star of the attraction. Crafting. Giving up our dwarves a place to craft. Woodworking table. I mean, that's wood, but... Easel? Sure. That's a creative skill. I really thought there'd be more shit. Instruments, I guess? Bathrooms are an afterthought, really, when you're concerned with making an impressive fortress full of wonderful dwarven crafts. Oh, let's give the nature dwarf fucking something to do, I guess. Those are much smaller than I imagined them being. Alright, I think this is pretty much at a ready to go state. I'll give you the fucking grand tour. We've got a little hillock that we've built our stairs into, very fucking seamlessly, I'm sure you'll agree. I'm sure you'll agree. I fucking really jam my words together like they're made out of goddamn Play-Doh, don't I? Here's our little shack for our above-ground nature dwarf who's going to be growing us tubers and shit. Plump helmets, as they're called in Dwarf Fortress. That's your basic dwarf 5 a day, 5 plump helmets. Then down here we've got sort of the dormitory area, I suppose. Everyone's got their own little beds, except for nature shit. And I've kind of built this exactly how I would back in Dwarf Fortress in the day. I built a central area with the stairs, and everyone gets exactly enough room for a bed and a chest, because that's how much you need. These stairs off to the side, I probably wouldn't have done in Dwarf Fortress, because in Dwarf Fortress, stairs are one tile. You can even make stairs that go up and stairs that go down the same tile if you want to, and that's sick. So normally this would be a much more compact stairs area, but the stairs have been acting weird in The Sims, and I don't know why. Here's the meeting hall, sort of, kind of. It's pretty basic shit. Again, in Dwarf Fortress, you don't super have kitchens. You have butchers and various crafting workshops that can turn vegetables into better shit. But mostly dwarfs are content to go take a raw fucking plump helmet, slap that on the table, and eat that when they're hungry. I don't think my Sims are going to be quite as jazzed about eating raw veggies. And down here we've got, first of all, the toilet. And then, really disappointed by how little variety there is in shit for my Sims to do with their time, honestly. Like, in Dwarf Fortress, you can make toys, you can make instruments, you can make all sorts of little shitty, weird stuff to trade to elves. You can be a smith, you can be a mason, you can be a carpenter. The possibilities really are endless, but again, in Dwarf Fortress, whatever they make, you just have to write the word of the name of the thing, whereas in The Sims they do have to create a 3D model and give it a texture and shit. So I guess I get it, but all we've got is some woodworking benches, some computers so they can, I guess, write novels and poetry and shit. I've given them a violin and a piano, the two most dwarfy instruments, to make music if they want to, and I've given them an easel, so one of them can paint. And without buying expansion packs, I'm pretty sure that's all the crafting I can get my dwarfs to do. If I'm wrong, please tell me. I'd love to have more shit in this big empty room that I gave too much space to. Because in Dwarf Fortress, all these workshops would be a 3x3 little thing. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make my Sims' lives more difficult. The piano is fine as it is. That's taking up enough room. These woodworking benches, no, we need to fix this. Everyone knows a workshop should take up more room than this. So let's get some counters and really just fuck this whole shop up. There, now it takes up 3 squares of a footprint like a normal workshop would. We can do the same over here. Oh yeah, this is going to be a chair anyway, so let's get a fucking chair in the business. And now it's taking up sort of a 2x2 area. We can do better than that. Yeah, now this, what was just a shitty desk and a computer for human idiots, has become a fully functional writing workshop for a dwarf to go in and smith some novels. My dedication to this bit might mean I have to axe the violin, but frankly, I'm fine with it. Because we gotta do the painted bit next. And what inspires painting? What are you gonna need around you for painting to be possible? This is, when you think about it, almost an anvil sort of thing. You can't be seeing shit that isn't inspirational when you're painting, so we gotta get this room divider in there. Can we get something just like sort of, you know, like a nice vase maybe? A nice vase? Excuse me, Sims. Please generate a nice vase. This'll do. That's too big. We'll put it there. Hand reference model. There we go. That's what you need. So what we all need. I'm just gonna throw in a few extras. Fucking doorbell again. I'm back. It was a parcel for downstairs. Let's get some more fucking hands. That's as many as I'm allowed to put. Homophobic. This might be my new favorite item in The Sims, you know? Yeah, that's a painting workshop now. Cool, you've had the grand tour. The fortress, such as it is set up. I've been recording for an hour and 20 minutes and I really have to pee, so I think we'll do the playing bit next time, and hopefully at least some of my Sims will go fucking crazy and everyone will die. So look forward to that.